Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 183. We've been doing it for that long, and if you're listening on the YouTubes, which over 300 plus of you did last week.
What are we doing?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the continuous support. We're back this week on the YouTube, so of course, much like you did last time, I'm doing it again, you're doing it again, hit the like button. Once you're done that, if you haven't done so already, because I know most of you watching haven't, that's what the analytics tell me, hit the subscribe button. You know that one. It's probably red right now. It might be white. I don't know what color it is. YouTube changes the damn color every 5 minutes. But whatever it is, the one that says subscribe, if you don't know how to spell it, just Google it. You know what I mean? And so hit that button. And then once that's said and done, we'll be ready to rock and roll. And so we're back, and it's another week. It's another update on Jojo Siwa. Our girl's back, baby. She's back. I love it. I love it when Jojo Siwa fades away because we have more important things going on, and then she just all of a sudden, like a genie, pops back up into our lives. And here she is. And she's back. She's got a thing in her hair, and she's letting us know that 2 announcements were coming. We didn't want to cover that news when it happened because we wanted to have the announcements, and here they go. Announcement number 1, new music, obviously coming soon from the Jojo Siwa camp. It's going to be great. It's going to be karma. It's going to be a bitch, and you should have known better, okay? And at the same time, she, of course, much like every other single person and artist on the planet right now, has announced a tour. If your favorite comedian's not going on tour, your favorite artist is going on tour, and if your favorite artist isn't going on tour, then someone else you know who does something on a stage is inevitably going on a tour this summer.
What are we doing?
We've got tickets to like 12 tours already. So here we go. We're coming for you, Jojo. She's back, baby. And the 2025 tour has been announced, okay? So while all your friends are rushing to get the Chris Breezy tickets that were just announced yesterday, we're in the group chat. We'll talk about group chats in a minute. But you know what I mean? We're hitting the girls, we're hitting the fellas, we're hitting the dude, we're planning. We're getting our outfits ready. Chris Brown's coming to Hershey, babes, so we better get ticks quick. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? We look past that just a little bit. Hey, I'm going to get the review like I got it last year from my boy Los for the Chris Brown concert, and I guarantee you it's going to be incredible. Great. We've got men on the ground there. I know for a fact Los and his special friend probably aren't going to the Jojo Siwa concert, so that's why I have to go see Jojo while they go see Chris Breezy. You know what I mean? We gotta cover our grounds. We gotta stay in our lanes, and I'll be out to see Jojo. We'll check the date soon, and if we can go, we're gonna get there. So while your friends are getting the Chris Brown tickets, what you should be doing is getting the Jojo Siwa tickets. You know what I mean? And so that's where I'm going to be this summer, standing right next to my girl Jojo. Reason number 1, everyone. Levi, why are you going? Hey, why are you going to a Jojo Siwa concert, Levi? Because I'll give you Exhibit A, okay? Jojo Siwa is hands down the best, worst dancer I've ever seen on this entire planet. She's right up there with Britney Spears. Right after her's Jojo Siwa. Right after that's me, dude.
What are we doing?
Hey, have you seen me DJing? Have you seen me at a wedding? My dance moves, from the signature fist pump to the movement to the whole thing, okay? I'm right up there, but I think I might be, dare I say, a better dancer than Jojo Siwa, okay? I mean, yes or yes. Am I right or am I right? I think if you put it to the test and you take a look and dissect all of my dance moves versus her dance moves, I mean, even from back in the day, roll the clip, put the clip of me dancing in, make another one, let's go. Here's me dancing. I mean, look at these. Look at these moves I'm hitting right now. Boom, get it, yeah. On the ground, off the ground, up, down, get it, yeah. I think, I'm almost certain that you, as well as me, can say with 100% certainty that Jojo Siwa is a way worse dancer than I am.
What are we doing?
And so that's why I have to go. We have to meet. She has to see my ability and see how much better it is than her. And then she'll instantly put me on her team. I will instantly be a background dancer for Jojo Siwa the second we meet. And we're getting to that bit in a second. So yes, dance moves are a little bit better. That's why we go for Jojo. Because you know what I mean? We know it's going to be that bad of a show. And so when it comes to the tickets, okay, the ultimate question is, do we buy the standard entrance or do we take advantage of the super top secret VIP meet and greet ticket? Yes or yes. Now this ticket is $900 a purse. So if you don't have $1,000 after all the fees and tack it to, the taxes and the Ticketmaster bullshit that you have to go through, if you don't have $1,000 for yourself, and let alone a friend or significant other to come along with you, they also have to have $1,000 plus your hotel room, the outfit, the merch, and everything you're going to spend on food and stuff while you're there. You need about 2 G's each. So about $2,000 a piece for you and a friend to go, about $5,000 total for 2 people. The price keeps going up the more I think about it, and that's honestly how much you're going to spend at the end of the day. So if you have $5,000, let's go see Jojo Siwa together. And what this meet and greet pass is a little bit different. It's not after the show, and it's not just your standard. You get in line, you say hi, you hug her, you're like, oh my gosh, nice to meet you. She says same, and then you take a picture and you're out. This experience is a little bit, this is what we're doing now, okay? These are the new things the celebrities are doing now that we're out of COVID times. We're back into the regular routine, except everything shifted just 1%. So now, instead of your standard Chris Brown back in the hallway meet and greet style experience, you're getting the Jojo Siwa experience where you will come before the show and you will become part of the crew.
What are we doing?
You will help Jojo Siwa set up. You'll help set up chairs. You'll essentially be the venue staff, and you will go to work for Jojo Siwa, and you will not be paid a penny. In fact, you will be negative $900 thanks to you wanting to work for and then experience just a little bit of time with Jojo Siwa. You might get to bang a drum. You might get to help her plug in the DJ booth that she does her DJ set from during the show. So the new Jojo Siwa experience is becoming a roadie, setting up the stage, and helping Jojo get ready for the show. She might need some song input, and what better person to give the set list of tonight's show, the ultimate final decision of like what the last song's gonna be. She's been thinking about too, and it's up to you to choose. It's gonna be you. You brought the show together. Let's go see Jojo Siwa.
What are we doing?
You're paying Jojo to work for her, okay? And so this is nothing new, right? She pulled this page directly out of Gene Simmons' playbook. The only difference is Gene Simmons is essentially offering the same thing. You show up before the show, you help him set up, you may be able to strum his guitar for a second, and then boom, bam, you're watching the show like everybody else. You can sign up to be a roadie for Gene Simmons for a couple hours for $12,000. Now, Jojo Siwa fully understands that none of her audience has anywhere near the remote capabilities of spending $5,000, let alone $12,000 on an experience just like this. So she's only charging $900. Good for her. Gene Simmons, that crazy asshole, is charging $12,000+.
What are we doing?
So Jojo's already ahead. You know what I mean? It's already a good look for her. So nothing new in the world of celebrities on tour. But here's what you get. When you sign up for the $900, they're calling this the Dream Guest VIP package. And of course, when you pay Jojo Siwa $900 to set up her stage for her, that means she doesn't have to hire someone, pay their insurance, pay liability, go through the whole 9 yards of having employees. She can just get idiots like you to do it and pay her in the process.
What are we doing?
So, of course, you're a dream guest. You VIP you. So for $900, you get, of course, a ticket to the show, of course. You get to watch the show from a designated audience area of your choice. So wherever you want to be, you get to watch the show, and that's where you get to watch the show. That sounds like a pretty good deal. You get an exclusive invitation to JoJo's live show setup before Q&A and sound check with JoJo. So you're going to go to the stadium before the show, and she'll answer some questions, and she'll do a sound check. And how fun will that experience be? You get to help JoJo put together the show with song selection input, as if you're able to choose any song on the planet. Doubt it.
What are we doing?
The set list is already defined, sweetheart. When you suggest the songs that she's inevitably already going to play, she's going to go, yes, okay, that's a great idea. Thank you, Jasmine, for suggesting that song. We're definitely going to play it tonight. It's all one big game. You get an exclusive autographed JoJo memorabilia worn during the show. So, like, part of her, what is she wearing? Like, part of her leotard, her, like, sweaty, like, skin tight, like, the mask or, like, the bralette she had on. She's going to take that disgusting sweat-filled piece of costume prop that she's been running around and doing this with all night long, and then sign it, and then I get to just go home with a sweaty Jojo Siwa thing?
What are we doing?
Okay, that sounds cool. I'd give that, I'd want that kind of. I mean, I'm not weird or anything, but like, hey, why not? It's something no one else has. I got JoJo Siwa's sweaty crop top from her Pennsylvania show. Wow. Okay. Pre-show meet and greet and photo opportunity with JoJo, of course, in front of the VIP. Oh, a VIP backdrop. If you put the acronym VIP in front of the word backdrop, it automatically upgrades the experience to something in which they can charge you $900 for.
What are we doing?
Why do you think I charge so much for this podcast? You think anyone's just allowed to record a podcast in front of this backdrop? No, princess. This is a VIP backdrop. Do you see any other podcasts with this backdrop? Find one. I'll wait. Did you find one? Did you find how many? How many did you find? Do you know why you didn't find any other podcasts with this backdrop? Because it's a VIP backdrop.
What are we doing?
How much more do I have to say it? Jojo Siwa and I'm a little bit of a better dancer, but we are about on the same page. We both got VIP backdrops. We understand the marketing language, and this is just all the more reason I'm this close to buying the $900 tick, babes. Megs and I are about to cancel the shit out of the back half, I think, of our vacation this year just to go see Jojo Siwa.
What are we doing?
Of course, you get VIP exclusive merchandise, commemorative VIP laminated lanyard, early entry into the building with priority access to the floor, because you'll already be there because you have to show up at 6 a.m. that morning to help set up chairs and put the drum set together and make sure the stage is ready for Miss Siwa.
What are we doing?
Of course, you got early access to the building. Pre-show merchandise, shopping opportunity, on-site VIP hosts, whatever, limited availability. I want to go. I want to go, and I want a VIP ticket, okay? That's what you get. So here's her. This is, I mean, and this is just, these are her words. This is what she says about it. Take a listen.
I am really excited because I wanted to create a show that wasn't just a concert, right? I have all these
That's right.
songs that I love to sing, but I was like, I want to do something more. I want to create, a party environment. I want to create something that feels very, immersive, interactive, intimate. And so I really did that with this show. And so
Every concert ever.
What are we doing?
to see, right? But then there's going to be a DJ set run by me. There's going to be an interactive game with the audience where they have a chance to win a sick prize.
She's going to be playing trivia with the audience. I guarantee you, in the middle of the show, when JoJo needs a break, They're going to put a freaking Kahoot QR code on the screen that's inevitably going to be in every venue she's in. They're all going to join, and they can play Jojo Siwa trivia while she's busy taking a breather in the back, a.k.a. getting eaten out by her girlfriend mid-show.
What are we doing?
And then when she comes back, she will announce the winner of the trivia game, and your sick prize is inevitably going to just be the VIP package with an extra shirt. And by the way, you get to take home Jojo Siwa's sweaty leotard as a gift.
What are we doing?
So be there or be square, and you're going to get a sick prize. I love her. I love her so much. She's trying so hard. This girl tries harder than I do. This girl tries harder. This is why I said it right here. We're neck and neck, Jojo Siwa and I. She tries harder than I do, and it's unfortunate because they put her on national television. And so we're living. It's Jojo Siwa's world. We're all just living in it.
Concert that you want to see, right? But then there's going to be a DJ set run by me. There's going to be an interactive game with the audience where they have a chance to win a sick prize. There's gonna be so much fun for everybody in the crowd. It's gonna be a show like no other.
And I read that there is a chance for fans to get close and personal with you.
There is.
What can you tell us?
For $30,000, you get to make out with Jojo Siwa.
What are we doing?
That's what they're exclusively, spoiler alert, that's what it is. They're going to announce it right here. Listen, she's going to, for $30,000, male or female preferred, but she'll take what she can get. For $30,000, you get to watch the show anywhere in the stadium, and 5 minutes before she goes on stage, you and Jojo Siwa are just macking, French kissing, tongues everywhere, disgusting, just vulgarly, just aggressively making out with each other right before the show, and then boom, bam, chicken slam, she hits the stage with "Karma's a bitch, you should have known better."
What are we doing?
For $30,000.
There's a lot of different, the VIP experiences. I wanted to make them really different than what typically a VIP experience is. And there's also, we're doing 2 other levels where there's one, and this is the most exclusive VIP, where
right.
You actually are going to get to come during while we're loading in the show, and you're going to get to kind of help us set it up and make sure things are right and test out, the drum with me or
play the drums with Jojo Siwa.
You're going to kind of get that. Then we're doing another one where you just get an exclusive backstage tour. We're doing this fun thing where you get a little bit of show memorabilia. So there's different things that are used within the show that we will replace every night. And so we will give that to those top tier. We're calling them dream guests on my show, like dream guests on my podcast, but dream guests on my show for VIP. So it's gonna be
Oh
fun.
my God, I forgot. She has a podcast.
What are we doing?
Oh man, I completely forgot that she was one of, that's right. They sucked her into an iHeartRadio deal. Oh God, I can't. So listen, here's the issue. She's going to be everywhere. She's going to be Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky. The issue is whenever she's near me, July 22nd, no, I'm sorry. Actually, July 22nd, she'll be in Richmond, Virginia. July 23rd, she'll be in McKees Rocks, PA. And July 24th, she'll be in Philadelphia, PA. So I can't go. I got to get married. That's the day after. The day after she's in Pennsylvania is the day after the wedding. So I'll be in Cabo Wabo with a handful of my people. And so I can't go to the Jojo Siwa show.
What are we doing?
Which is a shame. It's unfortunate, but that's where we're at in life. And the tickets are already bought. Everything's it's fine. I'm going there not to see Jojo. I'm sorry, but that presents us with a unique opportunity. If you are listening to this right now and are within the central PA, Philadelphia, McKees Rocks, PA, Virginia, East Coast area, and you want to go experience the $900 meet and greet for Jojo Siwa, leave a comment below and we'll reach out. We're going to pick someone. If you want to go, I'll pick someone. We'll pay for the ticket. We'll pay for your hotel. We'll put you up. But with the understanding, you have to vlog the entire thing. You must have a camera on you 24/7. We're going to give you like a spy cam. So when you're in there, we can see what's going on because they'll inevitably take your phones. I don't know. So we'll have contingencies, but we need someone there reporting live for the What Are We Doing podcast. And we'll pay for everything. We'll give you money for food and everything else. We need a representative to go and report on the Jojo Siwa live $900 dream guest experience meet and greet. Set up the show. I want to see you stacking chairs. I want to see you testing the drums, and I want to see you setting up all the DJ equipment. Call me. I know how to set up DJ equipment. We'll figure it out together. I want to experience it with you. The only issue is I'm in Cabo Wabo, so I need you to go for me. So if you're interested, comment down below, and hopefully we'll get you to see Jojo.
What are we doing?
Listen, group chats are annoying, okay? Here's the problem with group chats. If it becomes more than 4 people, it inevitably ends up becoming an issue, okay? There's always one Android phone messing up the group chat.
What are we doing?
If the group chat is 90 to 100% iPhones, and it is a 100% Blue Bubble iMessage group chat, there should be no room. There should be no room for an Android phone. And I know what you're saying, Levi, we have RCS now, so it's pretty much fixed. I'm telling you, no, it's not. It's still terrible. We cannot text my mother because she refuses to get rid of her Android phone in the group chat. So no one uses the group chat anymore. There's always, I'm sorry, it's fine. But at the end of the day, it always ruins it. And so that's one problem. And especially when you have more than 5 people. When there's more than 5 people in the group chat. And if we're talking 18 people in a group chat, can you imagine the notification? Can you imagine the notifications? They're off the charts. Every time someone thumbs ups it, puts an emoji on it, likes a message, responds, it's at minimum with 18 people, at minimum 9 to 13 notifications per message that comes in.
What are we doing?
And I don't think that my brain could really handle. I would have left. If I would have been automatically added to a group chat full of 18 plus national security advisors, Homeland Security, the Vice President of the United States, whoever these people are, basically Trump's entire team, right? That's what I'm to understand. These people, Pete Hegseth, John Ratcliffe, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, you know the names. They're in this Signal group chat talking about the State of the Union, bombing Yemen, most importantly, and a handful of other things that revolve around the topic of national security in the United States. Now, they're doing this while clearly still working for home. I was under the impression that they had to return to the office.
What are we doing?
Why aren't they having these conversations face to face? They should be having them face to face because there's no reason they should be working from home. If they're on a Signal group text thread, that means they're all working from not in the same room. So why wouldn't this just be a face to face conversation? So we should look into that first and foremost. And secondly, what I think needs to be really discussed here is the fact that we have now made the plans for and the execution of bombing another country national news due to an administration who thinks that Signal is a secure texting app. Now, I know we can start typing in the comments, Levi, it's encrypted from end to end, and it is an anonymous texting service. It's not like WhatsApp and all these other apps, whatever. It's not so secure when the screenshots of the entire thing are read out loud on CNN.
What are we doing?
How's it secure now? It's the same issue of Clubhouse. It's the same issue we have with all of national security and private data. You can screenshot anything. Why, might I ask, to the Signal developers who made this such a secure app, if I can't screen record Netflix on my desktop because they have some form of codec that just makes it a blackout screen so that we can't pirate and copy their content, etc., etc. Why can't we have code within the Apple app ecosystem or the Signal app that whites and or blackouts all screenshots on any device ever when they're on signalserver.com?
What are we doing?
Because if we were ultimately secure as a secure texting app, Signal app, hey, this wouldn't have happened. So now we have this issue where it's allegedly basically all of the rulers of the current cabinet administration are talking about these plans and inviting journalists from The Atlantic to the group chat. And so, of course, now that the story's out, Trump is holding no accountability for this. He's like, what, text? I never got a text. I don't know what's going on. And so now we've got this man, this lady. She's a quick one. She's a feisty blonde who likes to get shit done. Caroline Levitt. She's going to be a force to reckon with these next 4 years. And of course, she's found her way to Fox News. Whether we like him or not, that's where she went. I'm sorry, this is a clip we got. And it's one of those situations where they're trying to grill her and she just throws the playbook at him. This never happened. We're the White House. We say what goes. This is fake. The Atlantic, it's all fake news.
President Trump absolutely has the full confidence in his national security team, Jesse. That includes our great national security advisor, Mike Waltz, Secretary Pete Hegseth. And the American people should be grateful to these individuals, and especially to President Trump, for putting together such a competent and highly qualified team who are killing terrorists that the Biden administration allowed to run wild in the Middle East. And that is the real story here. We had Houthi terrorists firing at American naval ships and commercial vessels in the Red Sea. The Biden administration removed the foreign terrorist designation from this radical terrorist group, allowed them to take these actions, put American lives at risk, shut down the freedom of navigation in the seas. And because of the effort of my colleagues and President Trump, we are now killing these terrorists. We have redesignated them as a foreign terrorist organization, and Americans in the world are safer because of it.
What are we doing?
His butthole was clinging so tight. That was 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, Caroline Levitt, to explain away the reason why our vice president and all of his friends are making threats and plans to bomb another conch on a text chain, a group chat. It's fascinating, the story. I don't quite really understand what it means or where we go from here, or how we fix it, or if it's it just, it would seem, I'm pretty sure what happened. Did Dave flip? Dave Portnoy flipped. Dave Portnoy made a video like 2 days ago talking about how he's like, this is a royal mistake. I'm out on this administration. And if you remember, Dave Portnoy, Dana White, Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, pretty much all of the higher up millionaires in this country who own property in multiple states were 100% for Donald Trump's tax plan because it didn't really affect them. And with Elon in power, they're like, ooh, if Elon's going to take care of the billionaires, it'll most likely trickle down to the millionaires. So we're going to align ourselves with Donald Trump this season. And so now that they've done that, it's kind of sort of backfiring. And people like Dave Portnoy talking about Donald Trump is one of those situations where, it's here. Just let's listen to Portnoy.
In this new administration, you want to take accountability. Trump, you may love Michael Waltz. You love Pete Hegseth. You may love these guys. Somebody has to go down. To me, it's Michael Waltz. He's the one who added him to this conversation.
Right.
But you can't have the top of the top security people in the United States with the most sensitive information in the world adding random editors of a magazine that hates Trump's guts to a group chat talking about an attack before it happens on a terrorist group.
It's like,
you can't poo-poo it.
It's high school drama. It's like there's nothing else that it's like you know what I mean. We've all texted the wrong number in those rage night. I remember when I was in high school, I had 4 or 5 text threads going on my slide up T-Mobile T9 keyboard. And I mean, I was quick, bro. You remember those texting days? You were quick. You had 12 combos going and you sent at least whoops, wrong person, sorry, 12 times a day because you get lost in the sauce and you think you're texting back one person. You accidentally add another one to the group chat. And the next thing you know, we have a national security mess on our hands.
What are we doing?
You can't downplay it. You have to sit up there and be like, holy shit. This is a fuck up of epic proportions. There will be accountability. I will get to the bottom of this. And frankly, I think I don't like calling for people's heads. Michael Waltz, it seems like you're the guy who added him to the group chat. You have to lose your job. You should step down. You cannot be adding random people to a group chat with this sensitive, classified information. Just be like, oh no, poo-poo. It's on him. He should have left the group chat instantly. This guy shouldn't have stayed in. It's on Jeffrey Goldberg for not immediately being like, hey, I should be here. No. It's on you for adding him. And this has to be something that, and this is why I hate politics.
Yep.
You have to stand up here and be like, what a fuck up. I will demand answers, accountability in the heads. I don't care if you're right,
but he's
left.
Not.
There's nothing being made up here. Jeffrey Goldberg is telling the truth. It's obvious these texts are real. It's obvious they're classified. It's obvious we gave away the strike information 2 hours before it happened. We're lucky it didn't cause the death of American military members. Somebody has to go down for this. This is a mistake. This isn't a Barstool mistake where you let an idiot hang around like Mitzi. This is a mistake that can't happen twice. It cannot happen once.
Right.
So you have to make a change and show it'll never happen. And these are the top intel guys that we have in the country. Adding a rando, the editor of The Atlantic, to the most sensitive group chat in the world, somebody's got to go down. That's just the facts. You can't poo-poo this.
Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of the What Are We Doing podcast is brought to you by our friends at Blue Chew. You're going to want to go to onepod.com/blue. It's WAWDPOD.com/blue, BLUE. And what better than $20 off your first order? I'm talking we've upgraded you to $25 off.
What are we doing?
You're getting $25 off your first order. You're just paying $5 for shipping. Your first month is free. It's Blue Chew. They have the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. No matter what issues you have in the bedroom, whether you need help getting it up, whether you need help keeping it hard, whether you need help revving the engine for a second time, or just a little bit of all the combos, they've got a pack for you. Hey man, I'm not talking about I need the max combo deal, but you might. So go to wadpod.com/blue, get your first order, $25 off, basically for free, pay $5 shipping on the Wad Pod. What does Blue Chew do? It enhances your sexual performance. Synfidel stays active for 4 to 6 hours and can take effects in little as 30 minutes. It improves blood flow. It relaxes the blood vessels, causing an increased blood flow to your area when aroused. It's fruit punch flavored. So it's fruit punch flavored. So these little things are not only effective, but they're delicious. And you have better sex. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. If you want your partner to be happy with you and your performance, get to chewing with Blue Chew. WAWDPOD.com/blue. You get your first order for free. It's the usual deal. $5 then for shipping, and you're taken care of. I've got your Friday night covered. Do you? Mine's covered downstairs in a drawer right on the bedside table, okay? You pop one, you pop two, 30 minutes go by, you're rip-roaring, you're ready to go. It's gonna be a show when you chew the blue.
What are we doing?
Those are bars, and I'm not even a rapper. I'm retired. I used to be a rapper, okay? So I've still got some gas in that tank. And if you want more gas in yours tonight, when you and your girl are a little bit bored sitting on the couch, start rubbing the leg and get it chewing with Blue Chew. Get your first order free. It's on us. We love you guys. Back to the show. And that's what I mean. And that's basically the consensus. But at the end of the day, they'll sweep it under the rug like it never happened. And it'll be a situation where it'll just, it's not real. They're going to say it's not real. They'll call it fake news. And then we'll forget it happened. And the Atlantic will go back to being just whatever type of news organization they were. I've never read anything on the Atlantic. I don't think you have either. And so at the end of the day, it is what it is.
What are we doing?
So Disney dropped the ball on this whole Snow White thing, didn't they? I watched the Snow White movie, and I'll tell you what's wrong. There's one major glaring issue with the movie, and it's the single biggest thing, and I haven't really heard people talking about this. I haven't heard any publications, any other podcasters. I think I might be the only one who noticed what was actually wrong with the Snow White movie. But when I was watching the all-new Snow White movie, I noticed one very teeny tiny important detail. The animals are all CGI.
What are we doing?
Can you believe that? All the animals, the deer, the birds, the squirrels, all of them, 100% were CGI. And honestly, Disney, gross, as it's a little gross. And so I think I just would have assumed in a world where we can have lions and bears from the Jungle Book and panthers and all these different animals within the Disney universe. I mean, they just got an alien for the new Lilo and Stitch movie, but we have animated CGI deer and Snow White.
What are we doing?
I mean, let's just call it what it is. Disney got a little lazy with this movie. When I first saw that first computer-generated image of a bird flutter across the screen in the, I almost walked out. I said, how dare you all? You took this classic of a movie from 1927, and you turned it into this this monstrosity where we can't get a single deer to walk across the street. We can't get like birds in the pond. We can't get squirrels running up the tree. All of the insects, all of the animals in the new Snow White movie were CGI. And honestly, I'm disappointed. I didn't really see anything else wrong with the movie other than that. So, I mean, I don't really understand why it's getting a lot of hate. Listen, in a world of authenticity, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta figure it out. So the movie opened to about a $13 weekend, not 13 million, not 13 billion. I think it literally only made like $13.
What are we doing?
And I think we checked the latest reviews. It got one big boom on the boom meter from the Costco family.
What are we doing?
So it's not looking good. You know, if you're anywhere near a 1 to 2 boom on the boom meter, it's not good. You should shut it down, pull it off the shelf. They should have, you know what I mean, Supergirled the shit out of this movie, shelved it.
What are we doing?
But hey, we got a couple tickets sold. It opened a $13 weekend. And if we're being honest, the movie was kind of doomed from the jump. I mean, I can't be any more real when I say Gal Gadot, she's like meh and about everything she does. Why she was the villain in this movie, I don't know. She gave us nothing. There was nothing to her character whatsoever. # thank you, IDF.
What are we doing?
The dwarves were doomed from the start, ever since Peter Dinklage opened his mouth a few years ago saying how ridiculous it would be for Disney to actually hire dwarves for these roles. So that's when they switched to CGI. But now, of course, we're a little bit more progressive in the way we're thinking of things socially. So now everyone's on arm, like, where the fuck are the Seven Dwarfs.
What are we doing?
They're animated too. I was busy looking at the birds. I didn't even realize that the deer were CGI, let alone the dwarves. So that's like strike number 3. So that was like a thing. Like, why would you not? Hey, Disney. Hey, I'll say it again. Gross. And they changed so much. You know what I mean? They changed so much about the story and the whole thing. And then, of course, we get to the lead actress, Rachel Ziegler, okay? Since the beginning, I think just was set in her ways in the sense of that she wanted to make this her movie. She wanted to make this a powerhouse for the independent female lead. I can do it. I don't need a man's help. I can get to where I need to be, and I don't need saved by Prince Charming.
What are we doing?
Was the message and attitude that she had going into this. That's why the film was changed so much. They rewrote the entire Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs story for this 2025 rendition of whatever this film was. And at the end of the day, we have nothing other than Rachel Ziegler just being very emotional, very upset, and just kind of not okay with the results of the weekend and how everyone's kind of sort of reacting.
But it's hard. I can see it in my hands and say, I am not broken. I am just learning. My break is not my end. And to everyone who hates when I win,
here we go.
The winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope.
But they didn't.
That despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Here's the issue. Disney, I think, has officially benched her.
What are we doing?
I don't think we'll be seeing Rachel Ziegler anytime in a Disney movie or major motion picture anytime soon. Unfortunately, due to the press and the breakdown and just the non-goodness of the whole film and everything, the situation surrounding it. The issue, here's the problem as to of what all of these actors, Blake Lively, Rachel Ziegler, all of that, here's what they need to understand. That it's not only good enough to pour your heart and soul into the movie, you have to continue doing so for years to come. And it has to become your personality, it has to become your life, and it has to become something you nonstop talk about. Look at Kevin Hart. Every time a Kevin Hart movie comes out, it's him talking about it, posting about it, being about it, doing skits about it, going on podcasts about it, promoting it, making it his life for everyone to see something, a clip, a trailer, to hear about it, to see about whatever new movie he's putting out. And when these actresses like Blake Lively and now Rachel Ziegler, as soon as there's a little bit of scrutiny, as soon as there's a little bit not going your way when it comes to the results and the money and the positive press and what people are saying and the news and the media, you can't break down. You cannot let them know it's getting to you. You cannot file lawsuits. You cannot have these metaphorical Facebook, Instagram lives where you're like, I'm a star, I'm narcissistic, I did this for me. And that's the issue. When you start promoting and doing things for yourself, it's going to become blatantly clear. When you start doing things for the movie and for the craft and for the crew and for the love and for the art and for the end result of the experience of the user, that's when you gain success.
What are we doing?
And at the end of the day, she's just not doing that. And so when she realizes that that's what she needs to do in order to make the next movie she hopefully, fingers crossed, is inevitably in, then maybe we'll give her a second chance, okay? We're the land of second chances. I mean, we're pretty much okay with everything that Jeffrey Epstein's done. We've got the JFK files and no one gives a shit. And there's cylinders and a battery or something underneath the pyramids. I don't know what's going on, But at the end of the day, you can probably assume that Rachel Ziegler will be back on the big screen at least once more in her career. Probably some like cheap, like random director that's going straight to Netflix movie like Taylor Lautner did as soon as the Twilight movies were done.
What are we doing?
So, I mean, hey, another $250 million bomb. You know what I mean? Disney spent $250 million on this and it bombed. Netflix just had the bomb of the year with the Electric State movie that bombed. That was with Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown. That's why you see her everywhere. Spoiler alert, she came out and said her middle name's not actually Bobby, but because we made that mistake, she legally changed it. So, way to win. W for us.
What are we doing?
And so it would seem that now at the beginning of 2025, we're getting all of these companies like Netflix and Disney, we're getting all of their tax write-offs for the year because these movies that have been coming out are upwards of $250, $300 million in budget, offer it to just kind of fall flat on its face and be predictable and not really have any entertainment value whatsoever. So, you know, that it is what it is. And at the end of the day, we won't be able to do much about it. You know what I mean? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate being right. I hate being right. I hate being right all the time. I always joke that I'm always right. And I always think it's a joke. But then at the end of the day, it inevitably, just as soon as I speak it, it will eventually come true. And check my sources on this, but I'm pretty sure I am the only one who ever mentioned the fact that Haley Welch was in a crypto coma.
What are we doing?
The Hawk Tuah girl was in a crypto coma. And we told you the definition. When you lose so much money in cryptocurrency, your body just kind of freezes up, you sink into a bed, and you don't really get up for months on end. Once then the price kind of settles and or the news, you can arise from the crypto coma and come back and let everyone know everything's okay. Everything was just a big misunderstanding. It was a rumor. You've taken enough time off now. You've got no more leaked episodes of FaZe Banks coming out. And so now it's finally time for Haley Welch, Hawk Tuah girl herself, to arise from the crypto coma. Thank you for being right, Levi.
What are we doing?
And now here she is back with, and of course, what better way? What better way in 2025 to announce you're returning to the internet without a trailer? You know what I mean? Kai Cenat and his buddy Ray just dropped like an Avengers-style trailer because Ray's now done with his mandatory military experience he needs from whatever country he's from. And so now he's going to come back. They got him a visa. And so now you can expect full-blown streams from Ray and Kai Cenat again. So that's coming soon. And so with the kind of vibe of a I'm Back trailer, here is the awakening of Hawk Tuah herself, none other than Haley Welch.
Breaking news. Haley Welch has been shot this evening.
Haley Welch
Haley
dead.
Welch, the Hawk Tuah girl, has died.
Told you.
Hawk Tuah girl sparked pregnancy rumors after candid photos viral.
Pregnant.
My bad.
Breaking news. The Hawk Tuah girl is not missing. She's pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
What's
Coma.
going on with that Hawk Tuah chick? She going to jail?
Anywho, do I get a phone call?
Joe Rogan.
Hawk Tuah girl. No one knows finance quite like Miss Tuah.
Hate him.
Get your ass up. We got stuff to do.
Thank you. All right. I mean, that's it. She's coming back. She's awake. She's out of the crypto coma.
What are we doing?
It's Haley Welch, and she's back. So I'm assuming we're probably going to get a podcast. We're probably, I don't know. We'll see. Jake Paul hasn't said much about it, and I'm surprised. He seems to have kept himself distanced from her, everything she's doing. But we'll see what happens when she inevitably comes back. Do we have a date? Do we have a date? I don't think we have. No, I don't think we do. Yeah, no. Haley Welch, Hawk Tuah girl, officially returns to social media. She went offline, a pump and dump, blah, 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 blah. No date, no nothing. All we know is that she's back, baby, and she's coming back like she's never even been back. You know what I mean? It's just like, or whatever that kid in Lost once said. So hopefully, do me a favor, now that she's back for a third time, guess who's back? Back again. Hawk Tua's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Hello, Eminem, you know what I mean?
What are we doing?
Don't buy the Hawk Tua coin. I already have lost upwards of $50,000 myself personally in the Hawk Tua coin. It's now, I think it's worth like $3,000 currently somehow, my 50,000. I'd imagine it'd be zero, but we're waiting hopefully for it to go back up to at least 10 and then I'm getting it out. I'm done with the meme coins, the jail stool, the everything. It's one of those, please do me a favor this time around. Let's just watch the podcast. Let's just have fun watching the Hawk Tua podcast. We won't financially support her really anymore. We'll let the management team and all the sponsors kind of do that. Let's save our money and we'll figure something else out when it comes to investing with Hawk Tua and Haley Welch herself.
What are we doing?
And last but not least, folks, we're going to... Last but not least, folks, we're going to make this real sweet, real short, real simple. Shout out to our boy Drewski. The season finale of Coulda Been Love premiered last week. And I got to tell you, we're a little upset. We're a little disappointed that we're not going to be able to watch another new episode of Coulda Been Love tonight. But man, oh daddy, the Coulda Been Love season finale was just a roller coaster of surprises. Spoiler alert, I'm diving deep. It's recap and record time, baby. Here we go. Spoiler alert for the Coulda Been Love season finale. Drewski found himself love, y'all.
What are we doing?
Now, this one was a doozy, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I've ever seen this switcheroo before. Not the contestant from Coulda Been Love, but what Drewski did in the final elimination to reveal the bottom two, or the top two, I guess I should say, was diabolical, okay? First and foremost, there were like 6 girls left, and he gave like 4 out of those 6 girls white roses. And so the last 2 was Bambi and someone else. The other girl that I kind of wanted to win because she was the only good looking one in the house, but she wasn't important enough for me to remember her name, and that's basically the show. And so Coulda Been Love, they brought them back, and they said, if you got a white rose, you're out. And these 2 were in the bottom 2, and then, spoiler alert, turn it off now if you haven't heard, but Drewski picked the winner, and it was none other than our girl, full of bread, Bambi, baby.
What are we doing?
Drewski and Bambi are a thing now. They've been together for quite some time, and there's already rumors. There's already rumors circulating in the Twitter sphere, on Instagram Live, whatever the situation may be. There's already rumors swirling that Bambi is pregnant by Drewski.
What are we doing?
Whether that's true or not, we'll tell with time. You know, with Bambi, you can't really tell. Shout out to my girl Bams, but I'm just saying, all it is a rumor, and we're going to find out. Drewski hasn't come out and confirmed and or denied this yet. He's got some Diddy stuff he's dealing with right now, but at the end of the day, Drewski found what could have been love with his girl Bambi. Here's a behind-the-scenes moment that we've got here where Bambi finds out she's the winner and immediately destroys the very expensive set at the Coulda Been Love house. Check this out. She just found out she won. Drewski almost died. Let's watch that again. Can we put that in slow motion? Let's put the jump onto the chair in slow motion. Does Twitter do slow motion? It sure does. 0.05, here we go. Oh! Oh, she hit the middle of the chair. Oh! There it goes. And there it goes. Wow. No one's rushing. No one's trying to help. Is Drewski okay?
What are we doing?
It could have been love. Could have been love. Could have been. And then little buddy, he comes out with champagne. I love it. I mean, congratulations once again to Bambi and Drewski. They're going to be so happy together. They're going to make so many memories, have so much fun. And I think it was the right choice. I think he did good. Congrats to Drewski and Bambi on a successful season 1 of Could Have Been Love. I mean, hey, if it doesn't work out, I am down for season 2. And if they make a season 2, you bet your bottom dollar I'm convincing Carlos to do a full-blown recap and record season with me, potentially with Megs, because we're going to be, he's going to come back better than ever, maybe give us more than 6 episodes, maybe up the budget, maybe up the quality of everything in the house and everything else going on during and within the show. And let's go. Could Have Been Love season 2. Will it happen? Maybe, maybe not. Only time will tell. Shout out, congratulations, Drewski and Bambi, for your newfound love.
What are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this has been episode 183, and I cannot thank you enough. I'm going to do it 6 times right now. Ready? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your love and support, for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing to this channel. If you're still here with me at the end, basically all you need to know is that next week we have got the biggest episode planned that you have ever seen in podcast history, in WADPod history, in 280 Plus history, in every single podcast. If you thought the last episode of Joe Rogan got a lot of views, if you thought our Tiger King interview was the biggest episode ever, if you thought last week's episode was crazy, if you thought this week's episode was insane, wait till you see what we have planned for next week. I mean, here's just a spoiler. Here is a spoiler of what we are covering next week. And I mean, all I have to say is 2 words, 3 words. All I have to say is 3 words. You know I'm not good at math or spelling. It's 3 words, folks. Netflix Temptation Island.
My guilty pleasure is sucking dick.
You know what I mean? And that's all you need. It's the What Are We Doing podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I'll catch you next week. We're talking Temptation Island. We might have a guest. We probably won't. It's that time of year. See ya, everybody. Peace out.
What are we doing?